We are continuing to follow breaking news out of Boynton Beach. You may have gotten the push alert about this deadly plane crash.
Right now, federal investigators are interviewing witnesses and trying to gather flight data. A small plane went down in the Loxahatchee Wildlife Refuge this afternoon, west of Boynton Beach, along Lee Road near State Road 7.
We understand 2 people died in the crash. We have live Team 5 coverage from what's being done to identify those killed
and what those in the area saw when the plane went down. We start with News Channel 5's Jamel Lene with the breaking developments on this investigation. Jamel.
Well, we're just learning that the FAA will take the lead in this investigation. The NTSB, they will determine what caused this crash. Now we're just waiting to see who these victims are. As you can see, the dirt road behind me that leads to that crash site has been locked up so far. The wreckage lies just a mile and a half away from the boat ramp. Deputies say the plane crashed around 1 p.m. with 2 people on board. And one man said he was in his boat on the water when he heard the plane go down.
I heard the props go wow, and then I heard it, and it must have nosedived in, and boom, that was it. I went north or south here and to it. I got past the smoke and I pulled into the shore and I ran up the levee and went down the other side, and there's nothing I could do.
We are checking in with the FAA and the NTSB to see if they will be back out at the crash site tonight. If we have any updates, we'll be sure to pass that information along. That's the latest here in West Boynton. I'm Jamel Lene for WPTV News Channel 5.
Well, we are now learning the plane took off from Lantana Airport just before crashing, and we learned when it crashed, an explosion occurred. That news prompted one woman to start going door to door, making sure it was not one of her neighbors on board the plane. News Channel 5's Brian Anton continues our team coverage. Brian.
Jay, I've spoken to at least a half a dozen pilots who have shown up out here wanting to get to that wreckage to take a look to see if they recognize the plane, to see if they may know the victims who were on board, but the wreckage is just too far in the swamp for them to get to. Pat Morris going door to door in the Willis Glider Port neighborhood, just miles from where this plane went down, trying to see if any of her neighbors know the pilot.
I'm hoping that it isn't. All I can say is we're praying for the best.
The FAA confirming the plane took off from Lantana Airport, not here, but Morris says the local flying community is small and she's worried.
It's hard, and you pray for the family and hope that if they had to die, they died without much pain.
I went into the area the plane went down by boat. It's the middle of the swamp, an area Morris says is popular for training.
It's just rural and a lot of farm area. So it's a good place if they want to practice aerobatics and whatnot, that kind of thing. Good. Or if they're teaching somebody else how to fly.
The FAA says they still don't know the kind of plane that crashed, and they're waiting for the NTSB.
It's one of the family. You have to think about it that way. It's one of the flying family.
You see, this is a popular area for fishing. We spoke to one fisherman who says that he actually saw that plane go down. He went right over to the wreckage, hoping that he would be able to help, but he says it was already on fire and that the wreckage was pretty much scorched. Live in West Boynton Beach, Brian Anton, WPTV News Channel 5.